Attention, overly blunt in this one. First to mention, gotta get your Thursday right for the weekend. Overly blunt podcast for the treatment. Keeping this shit 100 at a notch low. Cause 99 too far from a hundo. New week, new Thursday. OPOP.
Yo, what's good, everybody? This is the Overly Blunt Podcast. This is the only podcast we're keeping at 99 is way too far from 100. It's your host, Chris Eggs Matt. It's a new week. It's a new Thursday. It's a special Thursday because today we have our first guest. Renee couldn't join us today, which is cool. You know, he's out doing his thing. He's out DJing for the Chafee ceremony. So shout out to Renee one time. And but today we got our first guest. And what's real crazy about this is that it's been in the making. We've talked about it, for a long time already. But what's crazy is that she was going to be the next guest she was going to be the last guest for the first season initially, and I didn't want to do it because it wasn't going to be as beneficial. I wasn't going to have video or nothing like that. And the crazy thing is that the guest before that was King Q. He used to go by QT. And the crazy thing is that I met her at his patio poetry event in LA. So today on the Overly Blunt Podcast, I'm so thankful for having you on. Today I got Jhoe.
Hey!
Jhoe, what's your last name?
Jhoe Virago.
Virago. The owner of KeepItVertical.
What's up?
KeepItVertical, man. I honestly, when I heard that brand, when you told me, everything vertical, keep your spirit lifted, keep your soul, lifted, everything just stay vertical. It resonated. I'm I like that. I like the way that, the way that flows.
Thank you.
So, thank you for coming on the podcast. Thank you for coming from LA, and I really appreciate it,
Oh, no problem. Anytime. I would have came, sooner, so
I know, because
you
did hit me up twice about this last year, hey, so what's good with the podcast? And I was like, damn, that's dope. People are asking me about it. That's love. So
we care.
That's dope. That's love. So I really appreciate it. So, and Jasmine's back. I told you guys she got injured and everything. She had a little accident, so we're glad you're okay, Jasmine.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Thank you for joining us again on the podcast. How you been though?
Oh man, I want to hear about you, but it's been a roller coaster.
Well, we're gonna get into that. We're getting into, but I want to get to know, are you good? Everything, you're healing and everything good?
Yeah, I can honestly say that I couldn't have done it without the support of my family and my girlfriend. They were definitely there, with whatever I needed, and it was really nice. And as much as I wanted to get up and I was thinking about my life and just contemplating on what to do next. I have to start my plans next. I've got out of this program. I need to get my shit together, and now I had to sit and basically relax my body.
Right.
And yeah, I'm really, really happy that I'm feeling a lot better.
That's good.
That is good.
Because you said you could have you could have cracked your neck. I was like, oh shit, that's serious.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I was like, damn, I didn't think it was that serious.
Yeah.
I remember I hit you on the text. I was like, Jasmine, we smoke trees, we don't climb them. But
I was like, fuck, both.
Right, gotta get to a whole new level of high.
Dude, it was
That's funny.
It was reaching in with my freaking ancestors, It was everything was A-okay. Everything was fine. Branches were fucking growing for me. Everything was A-okay. And then I got fucking cocky. And then that's when the world was like, here you go.
Yeah.
Here you go. And yeah. But hey, I did shit that a lot of people pay and research to find out about the human body, and let me tell you, it can do some fucking crazy shit.
That's a way to find out.
Yeah. I'm about to write a book. I'm about to
You know what joke came to my mind? The whole Cat Williams. Do you climb trees? No, motherfuckers, we got bills and shit.
That's fair. Unless you drive, but then yeah, you do. You climb.
That's funny.
Oh my god.
But now let's talk. Let's keep it vertical.
All right. What do you know?
Keep it. I don't know. Thank God you're okay.
Yeah, no, real shit.
But yeah, keep it vertical, Jhoe.
Yeah, so KeepItVertical is my positive lifestyle brand. I started it 2 years ago. So what happened is KeepItVertical was initially my Instagram name, and my uncle was like, y'all need a new way to say turn up.
yeah,
I like
that is great.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, maybe I just keep it vertical or something. And I was like, oh, that shit hard.
Oh wow, that's how you got it?
Yeah, so I made it my Instagram name for a year, and I had nothing to do with it. I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do. So one day I was like, I'm gonna get a logo made for that. And what initially popped in my head was keep it up, stay prayed up, never give up. Mm-hmm. So that was initially my first logo. It was keep it up, stay prayed up, never give up. I was like, okay, I'm gonna build a company around those three ideals. keeping your head up, staying prayed up, and never giving up, because that's what Keep It Vertical was for me when I first heard it. And then I thought about my life, and I was like, okay, so.
Because it applies to a life, everyday life.
Yeah. I mean, because you never know what somebody is going through.
Yeah.
And for me, when you got on the shirt and it's telling you to keep your spirit lifted, that's something for you personal. If you got a phone case and it's telling you to keep your head up, that's something for you personal.
Right.
I wanted to create something people can take with them and a message they can keep all within themselves, but also telling people, this is what I believe in, you know? I want to keep my head up, and I want to tell you to do the same thing. And I got a dope-ass shirt that's about to do it, so.
Yeah. I actually, that phrase, when I heard it, I liked it. You know, I was like, you can use that for everything. And it's just like another way of just staying positive. Like, you just gotta stay positive. And your energy when I first met you was that. Like, you were full of energy, and you were just like, no, I'm on this, like, keep it, like, everything lifted. Just stay up, man. Keep doing you were telling me, keep doing your shit, keep doing your podcast, like, just and stay up. And that's how I always remember that. I have it up there, actually, right there. Keep it vertical. I don't know if you've seen it. Yeah, I have it. I actually have it because I like the phrase. I always say, like, that's a good way of just saying, like, just like keep it, like, just stay blessed, stay blessed up.
Period.
Honestly, and then what do you say are the 3 steps?
Keep it up, stay prayed up, never give up. So keep it up is the hard work. Whatever it is you're doing, keep it up. You know what you're doing, and I hope it's good. Stay prayed up, because in the middle of the day, whenever you're going through something, you're going to have to pray to somebody. I don't give a damn who people talk to, you know, so pray to somebody.
Yeah.
And then never give up, because in the midst of you keeping up your hard work and praying through the shit, you're going to want to give up at some point. But you can't do that, because that's what keeping your spirit lifted is all about.
Who will inspire you to actually make it, like, to make it a business and try to go that way instead of just being like, I'm going to just do it on Instagram, just do little shirts?
When I first started, I had a hat, and it said Keep It Vertical. And my homegirl was like, I want to buy that. And I was like, why?
It was just for you, just made it for yourself.
It was just for me. And I was like, why? And she was like, well, because it makes me feel like if life is throwing stuff at you, you don't move horizontal. You don't sway to the side. You keep it vertical. And I was like, oh, I guess I could sell some shit like that.
But that's dope that, like, everybody has their own, like see, it resonates with everybody differently. But it's still positive at the end of the day.
Exactly.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
No, for real.
Thank you.
Definitely.
So that helped me push it. And then my dad, he found, like, so I wasn't born in foster care. What kind of shit is that? I was in foster care. And my dad had found a book of, like a bag of all these poems that I had wrote. And I had wrote a lot of poems about wanting to kill myself when I was going through my depression. And so I published a book of all of those poems to let people know, like, okay, I do say keep it vertical, but it's not only because it's cute, but it's because I lived it. And when I realized, like, with those poems that I really wanted to die, I was like, oh no, I owe it to myself to do better than this. I owe it to myself to give the girl that, like, wanted to die at 9, like, come on, now you
At 9, you have thought? I mean, I wish Renee was here for this episode.
Yeah.
I really do. Because he would have resonated a lot. But at 9 already experiencing that.
I mean, because by 9, I was in foster care. So my dad and my mom used to fight. And my dad would, like, beat my mom, and I would see that shit. So by 9, I had experienced that. By 9, I had already had, like, the police coming. By 9, I had already fell through the glass shower door and damn near died. So by 9, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what else is about to come? You feel me? Like, I don't even know if I want to be here for what else is coming. And when I realized that it was that bad for me, I was like, oh no, I owe it to myself to live and live better, because how the fuck, I've still never seen a waterfall. And that's what killed me. I was like, you've never seen a waterfall. And that's something you like. And you ready to die.
But how do you manage to keep it vertical going through that, though? Like, look at you. You explain this right now. You sound so positive just even speaking about it. Like, how do you, like, that's not trauma to you?
It was. And me putting my story out there and it affecting people the way that it does, it makes me know that I went through it for a reason. I know that there's purpose in everything that happens to me, for me, and around me. So in knowing that, it helps me accept the bad things easier, because I know at some point it's going to benefit me. Like, going to foster care was shitty. But when I turned 18, I got all these grants. So I was like the richest person on my college campus.
Wow. So you looked at it in a positive way. Like, at the end of the day, really, everything's really about perspective.
Oh, yeah. I was going to Forever 21 balling. Like, buying $300 weave hair. You couldn't tell me shit. Like, you know? And it was that horrible situation that was like, hey, we want to give you money. And I'm like, yeah. And I need it now because, you know, shit was so traumatic for me.
And did it cause the drift between you and your parents and your mom and all them?
It did, until I got older. And I was like, damn, my parents are people. They had decisions to make. They had things to do. And even in the midst of, like, my dad, like, being abusive, he also had things that he was dealing with and didn't understand how to deal with at that time.
Yeah.
Because even in the midst of me being suicidal, I wouldn't want nobody to look at me and always pity on me, or always feel like, wow, you need a hug. Is there something wrong with you? No, but I want you to understand that I was going through something. That's how I handled it without knowing how to handle it. So I had to apply that same principle that I will apply to myself, to my dad, to my mom. Okay, they had decisions to make. Honestly, we live in a shitty neighborhood in LA, so I'm kind of glad that I didn't grow up in that neighborhood. I'd be like wearing this red sweater because I'm a gangbanger and not because it's bright and vibrant, you know?
Right.
So it's literally all about perspective. And because I've literally seen every single bad thing, because I put them in quotations, have a benefit for me, I don't believe that bad things happen. Just things you don't like.
Wow. See?
And yeah, that's true. Just there's always going to be options and choices, and then one's going to be this and one's going to be the other, and one's going to resonate more. That's it. That's just it.
And some of them you just can't control. Like, even when I fell through the glass shower door at 9, I sued that guy and got $9,000 to buy my first car with. Like, I bought, like, my prom dress, like, because it's, like, in the midst of
Wait, you were 9 when that happened, though, no?
When I fell through the glass shower door, I was, like, 8 or 9. It was before I went to foster care. So I was probably, like, 8 going on to 9, but I went into the system at 9.
But you had the 9,000 on you? What do you mean?
No. So I sued the guy, and they kept it in my bank account until I was 18.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Shit.
Damn.
The apartment manager wasn't supposed to have
The
glass
universe
sliding
was like,
doors.
hey, my
Oh,
bad, you're
wow,
going
you got
through this.
lucky.
Like,
Yeah.
they were supposed to learn their lesson last time. My
Oh,
bad, here's
shit.
this.
Yeah, they was like,
That's crazy.
So,
But that's what I mean. That's hard to actually always be positive and look at it like that. You never felt lost. You never felt like your parents didn't want you. You never felt like.
Oh, hell yeah. Because that's what I wrote about. I wrote about, like, the feeling of abandonment, and I wanted to be here because I feel like nobody wants me. But when you realize, like I said, that your parents are people, they have decisions to make, it had nothing to do with them wanting you. It had nothing to do with you. Because, I'm a kid. How the fuck you gonna say you don't want me and I'm a kid and I haven't done anything at that degree to make you feel like I'm not deserving of your love? Mm-hmm. I couldn't have done anything. I didn't rob you. I didn't kill you. I didn't kill your mama. Like, I'm 9. You know? So that was just based on them being on drugs. It was based on things that was happening to them before I even came to be. It was based on responsibilities they couldn't handle before they had me. You know?
Right, yeah.
And I just so happened to be there and be in it. And then I'm like, okay, now I see why. Because I'm telling people what I did, how I lived, and how I kept my head up. So.
And in the whole foster experience, how was that?
The system is shitty. It's really shitty.
That's what I wish Renee was here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy, the Rachel Renee. He actually had gone through the whole orphan system thing and everything. Yeah, so
He has a fucking beautiful story that's like that. I don't know. I feel even bad saying beautiful, but fuck, it's beautiful.
And the same with you.
Yeah.
He looks at life so positive, and I'm like, bro, you never been mad at life. And he's like, nah, like I love life now. Like, I have a family that loves me, that wants me, and he's so scared to ruin a relationship with them. And that's beautiful to me. And I respect it. Like, that's cool, bro. Like, and he's only 21. He's gone through so much. So it's just that's crazy. But yeah, how was your experience? Because he said it was same thing, was shitty.
It was shitty. So my first, like, so when you first go into foster care and you call somebody, the police was like, oh, you're gonna be gone for a week. So the first thing I was faced with was a lie. Oh, you're gonna be gone for a week, so you gotta pack your clothes. So I packed a bunch of shit. My mom was actually in the hospital giving birth to my little sister when I went to foster care. And because she was born with drugs in her, before my mama even left the hospital, they was like, go to her house and get her kids. So by the time she came home, we wasn't there.
Oh
Wow.
So the first place they take you to is like an emergency house. I went there. The lady didn't want us because we were black. So we only stayed there overnight because they have to put you somewhere. So we all left that next morning. And it was me, my sister. Let me see. I think it's 5 kids under me. My mom got 9 kids. I'm the 5th. All of us, we met at that one house. We spent the night together that one night. And then we all went to separate places that morning. My aunt, adopted us. When probably maybe a few months later, 6 months later, so we all came together. But unfortunately, that's not a much better situation because it was like a money thing. Because you get paid per child. So even in the midst of being with family, it was like, oh, they getting money for it. So that's kind of what that was.
Nah.
And they didn't use that to take care of you?
In a real way, no. It was more manipulative, but you learn that when you get older and you be like, oh, damn, I didn't realize that when you got 6 foster kids, you moved into a bigger house. I didn't realize that when you got 6 foster kids, you got a BMW.
It's like a business.
Yeah, real
That's
shit.
just fucked
Oh,
up.
yeah, no, real shit. Yeah, like a
fucked up.
business. That's why it's so fucked up that people aren't, they don't really see whose house they put these kids in. It's just like, oh, go somewhere because you need to go somewhere.
Oh.
And everybody doesn't have the benefit of, rising through that. But as somebody that's been in it, I want you to know, even in coming from that background, it don't change who you can be.
Damn. And how many families did you go through?
2. So it was the first one, and then it was the lady that I stayed with for 6 months. And she was just like, it's always favoritism, so you feel that. And so that's always an isolated feeling. And that's why that one was so bad for me, like the lady that I stayed with, because it was me, her, and her grandkids. But it wasn't like, I never got like beat or anything, but it was just like emotionally abusive.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, that's hard.
That's crazy. And you had so you were with a lot of kids too, right?
Well, the first home, it was me, her grandkids. It was two of them, and she had a boy and a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I moved with my aunt, it was me, my sister. So the cool part about that, when I moved with my aunt, I got to grow up with my sisters and brothers. So
Oh, that's nice.
That's
yeah,
nice.
me and like all of them are still tight. I mean, we didn't go like too far apart. We're not that far in age, so we all still like. Even though my mom had 9 kids, it's 4 of us that's like real close and tight because we had the.
When you say your mom was in the hospital having your little sister, they take that away too, the newborn?
Actually, so she graduates. When I was telling you I'm going to Atlanta, she graduates on the 24th of this month, and I have never seen her.
What the hell?
Gosh.
My sister found her. I don't want to say we found.
Wait. So where did she? I'm sorry. Where did she go? Like
Atlanta.
No,
she went
but
with her dad's side of the family.
oh, so the dad kept her.
The dad, yeah.
Oh, your
dad's,
dad. Wait.
No, so my like we have different dads.
Okay.
So when my mom like had her, she went into the system for a little while, and then her dad's family like got custody of her, so she now lives in Atlanta.
Because that's how Renee is too. He was as a newborn. He was given up into that.
Yeah, that was my little sister.
Damn, that's why I get mad at myself because like the way I would like just be spoiled and I would like complain to my parents when like people really go through shit. And I'm like and when Renee told me his story, it made me upset on myself. Like man, it humbled me because I was like, how can I complain about anything that I've been through in life? Like I haven't been through shit. Like I haven't been through shit. Like and sometimes it sucks because like. It's not that I want to, like, relate to people, but it's, like, I don't want to seem like I'm bragging either because I'm not, you know? Like I said, I'm just blessed. I was blessed to be born into, you know, what you're born to, but hearing stories like that, it makes me feel like it's guilty in a way.
Well, you shouldn't because you can't control it.
I know you can, but it's just like, just tripping on the smallest shit, like talking back to my parents, like, yo, they gave me a car, they paid for my gas, they would do everything, you feel me? Like, and I would still sometimes be, like, disrespectful, and I would throw my little tantrums, I would stop talking to them, like, and it's like, man...
At least you recognize, like, okay, I shouldn't have been like that. Because some people are your age and still disrespecting their parents and never come to the light of, like, I got to be a fucking adult. And, like, talk to my parents and not treat them like that.
And talking to them like an adult, it's so crazy. And, like, what you said about that feeling of, like, oh, shit, they're people. Like, I went through a lot with my dad also. And that was I was getting my cards read, and it was something, like, that had to do with something from my childhood that I won't let go of, something that I was angry about. And I figured it was like I kind of like don't forgive my dad, you know? And she told me, she's like, you have to realize that they're just people. Like they, you know, holy shit, they were going through their own way. They had different times. They were brought up completely differently.
Yeah.
And here you are, like, imagine having to leave your home country and then just being somewhere with someone you thought you loved, and then on those days you thought you couldn't bear them, like...
Yeah.
It just different things that made me think of, like, wow, I need to... Just that feeling made me forgive him.
Yeah, good.
You know? And I was like, I have to. And I'll find, like, police records of conversations that my dad and my mom would have with the cops and, like, their story. And I found it recently, and I cried because I felt... like, wow, my parents were really hurting, you know? Like,
yeah.
Wow. And moving away really helped me get closer to my parents, most definitely. Like, I appreciate them so much, and, you know, it's
Have you reconnected with your parents? You have a great relationship with your parents?
Yeah, so, like, me and my mom, I had a bad relationship with them at some point. But so for my mom... I had, like, changed her name in my phone to I love you, Mom. Because whenever she would call me, I would just be like, what the fuck does she want?
I think you just posted on IG, too.
Yeah.
I seen that.
So, like, her name in my phone is still I love you, Mom, because I did little things like that. And then now, like, I just talk to her and I'll just ask her questions. And as I got older and I become a lot more like my parents, I'm realizing.
Oh, my God, that's so scary.
It helps me. It helps me be like, okay, Mama, let me talk to you because I know you're going to help me understand why I'm reacting like this. It is so scary and weird to realize that you literally grow up to be in some form like your parents, even in your personality, even if you didn't grow up with them, because my mom is the sweetest person in the world, like, sweetest person, like, And I noticed that sometimes I feel so nice, it's like a little naive, but that's my mom. You know, my mom just loves unconditionally. So when I be tired and I be like, I don't feel like loving nobody, I go to my mom to get that, to go back and give it, because I'm like my parents. So it helped me definitely get a lot closer to them, because now we tight. And I understand why they did some of this stuff. Because like you said, they were hurting.
My mom is super, super sweet and all about, like, finding peace in her heart and, like, unconditional love. So I totally get you on that. It's like, she's one of the most beautiful people I know with the best advice.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit. Like, here I am thinking that you don't know anything because you've just been a housewife and, like, you know, but here you are with answers to
questions.
Yeah.
Shout out to moms, man.
No, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, real shit. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, my mom's my best friend. Like for real, I love my mom now. Like we have an awesome relationship, and I trust her with anything. I can tell her anything. Like,
that's dope.
Like real shit. You know, I can be my full self around my mom, and I that's what I really appreciate. So, you know how some people have to, like, they act a certain way when they're, like, with friends and then a different way with their parents. I'm really myself all the time anywhere, and even around them, and I love it because they respect at this point. I'm still not disrespectful, you know, because and then, you know, they admire the girl. Like I said, my parents trust me because, you know, they left me a whole house, you know, so like, shout out my parents. I love them. No,
shout out to your parents.
I love my parents.
Yeah.
I bet they're so proud of you.
That's.
And they're like, yes, finally.
It's funny because they be commenting on my post. Like my daddy's all like, "Oh, I'll be catching up this week with all the episodes," and I'm just like,
that is so dope. My dad comments on all my stuff too, like literally.
I've been seeing you posting him on the video too. He's rocking your shit.
He plays so much.
I need to see this.
Yeah, he's literally like the life of everything.
How do your parents feel about KeepItVertical?
My dad is so proud. He calls me every day just to be like,
beautiful.
you know, I'm proud of you. I just want to let you know that I'm proud of you. And I love it.
That's beautiful.
I receive it.
Yeah.
It's so funny though, because it's like literally every day. My mom, she was resistant at first because in her mind it's like when I first started, but she didn't see me making no money because you don't in the beginning.
Obviously you don't.
She didn't see like no shirt. She didn't see nothing. It was just, this is what I want to do. So then it's like, okay, baby, maybe you should get a job because you asking me for $20. And now it's like, oh, I'm gonna buy a shirt from you. So my mom bought a shirt for me recently, and
That's tight.
I told my sister that I had gave her a discount because she was my mom, and my mom heard me say that I gave her a discount. Came back and brought the difference and was like, here, baby, you need your money. And I was
That's
like,
love.
oh,
That's love.
Yeah,
That's
and
love.
it lets me know she believes in me now.
Yeah.
She ain't telling me, yeah, go apply for McDonald's.
Like, there's taxes.
Yeah, you know?
That's dope.
So I really appreciated that because I
cute.
gave her a mom discount.
That's tight. That's beautiful, actually. I mean, it's tight when your parents actually like just admire what you do or they support it.
They're the hardest people to convince that you really doing something. Like, you be having to show them, like, track sheets, like, transaction reports, like, websites. Your parents, they'll be like, nah, you ain't doing that. Nah, you ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Mom, no, look, for real, and I'm serious.
But you say you were making money in the beginning, but you're only 2 years into this, right? You said?
Mm-hmm,
and you're not working a job and you have a store.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Wow.
In 2 years?
2 years.
And you're like official, LLC, everything.
Yeah.
That's dope. See, you need to put me on game then. Real shit.
Oh, yeah, real talk.
You gotta put me on game about all that. It's not
it.
as expensive as I think it is.
No, I wasted money the first time, like just not knowing what the fuck I was doing. But it's not as expensive as everybody thinks it is because there's just so much shit on the internet. There's so many people that's like paying you $100 to fill out a paper, and all you gotta do is like put the name where name goes, and then put like the address where address goes.
Yeah.
Like,
What?
and when you realize shit like that, yeah, you be like, I can do this by myself. Like, for instance, people charge to get EIN numbers, which are free online. You know, little shit like that you end up learning in business. So I wasted a lot of money in the beginning.
Like any business does.
Yeah, but in doing it now, I found ways to do it that are more cost effective for me. And most people, when I tell them like, hey, this is beyond
That's so dope. That's so nice of you.
That's dope.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of people don't like to tell people what they do, but I figure if I tell you and you tell somebody else that we got a world full of people getting money out here. Like, and what else wouldn't you want?
Exactly, yes.
Real shit.
So there's so many like issues created in poverty. Like that government shutdown, I was like telling my grandma, I was like one of the bad things about it, because there were many bad things, is that it creates like the enemy in the person next door. And the reason being is because you don't know who's being affected. You don't know who's upset because they're not making money right now. You don't know who's being affected and moving down in different poverty levels because they're not getting money. So it could literally be the person next door that's not getting money anymore and now angry and just ready to go shoot up and rob a bank. It could be the store clerk or something that's not getting money anymore. Like I had employees that I was working with that would come to work angry because their families were being affected. And then that creates the enemy in your store, because now you got people walking around here angry and shit. So if I could help anybody make money and not create that angry, aggressive, poverty like culture and community, then here, shit, this is what I do. It ain't gonna take $1 from me. Usually I get more blessed than that. So
Yeah, honestly, you do.
you do.
You do. You really do, man.
Thank you.
You really do, dude. That's just God right there. Like,
Real talk.
doing good shit, man.
I don't understand people that don't believe in karma. It's so real.
So real. The law of attraction is so real.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite.
I
So
love
real.
everything you've been saying. Like,
Thank
it
you.
makes so much sense, and to see it like in action, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
How'd you feel when you like official got your keys into your store and everything?
Oh my god. So I had the store since December and didn't actually open it until March because I was like, is this for real? Like, is this mine? Like,
Yeah.
what do I do with it? Like,
Yeah.
it's such a big space. I mean, moving from online to your closet is like a big space. Anything is big if you're taking it from the internet into like actual space. So I was like, okay, I gotta wait. I gotta prove that I can like afford this rent. So I had went through a little bit of self-doubt, but it worked because I created like a plan that worked for me. So I reached out to all my friends that have businesses and I was like, hey, I got a store and I got a bunch of space and I don't know what to do with it. You wanna like sell your products in my store?
Wow.
So yeah, there's like 8 different businesses in my store and they all have little spaces. So in that time, it was hard at first because I didn't know like what to do. But in like me having it for 2 months before I decided to open it, and it felt like a waste of money at the time, but I know now that it was me just kind of like thinking and planning and being patient and figuring out the right way to do it.
Yeah.
And it worked because I was gonna do a pop-up and close this month, and then I just got an extension for 6 months. So
oh wow.
yeah, and she discounted my rent, so
That's cool.
Oh my gosh, that's like blessing after blessing.
after blessing, you know.
You said something that stuck out earlier, right? You said that you had a little bit of self-doubt
Yeah,
in
I
the
did.
beginning. I think that's something, I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of shit recently, like just on Twitter, just like those things, little phrases and everything. I feel like the universe is like telling me like to take that leap and quit or do something different, you know, like get out of my comfort zone. Cause I feel like, but I doubt myself. I feel like if I quit, I'm gonna go broke. I'm gonna have nothing. Like, like I'm still paying my car off. I'm still doing certain things, but I think I don't know. I get scared. But I feel like you need that leap. You need to go to that struggle. You got to go through the obstacles and all the bullshit, and you gotta maybe even be broke for a minute. You know, like it builds character, and I think that's that. I don't know, man. I'd be scared.
That's probably the part you don't want to do.
That leap, because like I'm not eating off the podcast yet, you know. So it's not like I can be like I'm gonna quit and I can have this source of income, you know. But I don't know. I'm stuck right there right now, and I hate it because but you is like you doubt yourself, but you still take it like fuck it, like let's just go, like whatever. And then you need to take that risk. You do not have that fear, and that's where I'm stuck.
Yeah, well, see, and I think it has because since I've been through a lot. I've been uncomfortable like my whole life. So when I get comfortable, that's what scares me. So I've taken being uncomfortable from like personal situations and from depression to being uncomfortable in like my next business move or being uncomfortable in my next investment because I still need to feel uncomfortable because that's what's pushed me to always like try to change and go to college and like get a degree in spite of and all that shit. So I'd be like, okay, I gotta be uncomfortable, and when I'm scared, that's when I do it. Because those things, I hate the process. I hate the way it feels. But literally every time I come out, I'll be like, oh shit, that was tight, damn bitch, you did that, look at you. I literally go on my Instagram and be like, damn, I remember you were scared to do that. And then I tell people like, when you're afraid to do something, you just have to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Just because, if for nothing else, put yourself out there to get feedback. Because when you put yourself out there, when I go to vending events and somebody say, wow, I really like that. That little wow, I really like that will build confidence in you to keep doing it. If you do one event and somebody say, damn, I really like what you're doing, that was tight. And if it's only one person out of 100, you hold on to that one person saying, I like that, and you keep doing it. So you have to put yourself out there just because there's so many free events that let you do the shit. So if you're gonna let me market myself for free, yeah.
Are you serious?
There's event, like if you sold art, trap art is a really good event. You vend for free, and they give you a coupon code that if anybody uses, you get $5 off of. So you have the opportunity to make money off of ticket sales and off of sales when you actually enter into the venue to sell whatever the fuck you sell.
Wow.
And as a podcast, there was a guy that I went once, and there was a radio show, and they were doing a live show from Trap Art. And it's literally a free event, and they go around the world, and you can travel with them. So I went to Oakland once, and I had like a vending table at Trap Art in Oakland, and it was like it's a big ass party full of artists, and they do like body paint, so it'd be like models walking around naked and shit. Like,
wow,
it's cool.
dope.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's so many events like that. So you'd be like, if I can put myself out there for free, Chris, then you just do it. You just do it.
You're right. Yeah.
Nike.
What? Yeah. You're right. You gotta get uncomfortable.
Yeah. Nipsey Hussle said, at first it's the awkwardest feeling, but fuck it, my nigga, let's get it. At first it's the awkwardest feeling. Anything you do is awkward, but fuck it, let's go. Because it's going to be awkward. And I think when you realize that at every different level in life, you're going to be uncomfortable, like no matter what it is. If you move from an apartment to a house, that could be an uncomfortable, different situation and a whole different transition. So every level will require that you be uncomfortable. When you accept the fact that I'm going to always feel uncomfortable about something, like I can get older and my knees start hurting, nigga, that's uncomfortable. But it's something that will always happen with every level you progress to. And then you embrace it like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I can't fight it.
And I feel like what you fear is what you're like great at.
Yeah.
And that's the part that kills me because like I work on my art and I'm like, fuck, dude, this is gonna come out great. I can't handle it right now. Like I need to step away for 3 months. Like this is gonna come out phenomenal. I don't know if I'm ready for this. And it fucking sucks because I'm holding myself back, but I need to stop because that's one huge, the fear part.
Yeah.
It's
that poem when he says our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate, but it's that we're powerful beyond measure. And I don't know why being so powerful is scary, but I know for me, the part of it was responsibility. Like, I don't like people following me. I don't like people looking at me. I don't want people being like, oh my God. Like, no, leave me alone. So coming with all that and like people having me answers and expecting me to lead them in the right direction, like all of that and the responsibility for me is what I was afraid of. But I was like, okay, you know what? My deepest fear is not that I'm inadequate, but it's that I'm powerful, and I have to not be afraid to be powerful because we're all powerful energy sources when we go outside, regardless.
Yeah.
Like, and you decide what you do with that power, regardless, because you're powerful in everything you do. Yeah.
And you feel the frequency of what's stronger and what's not.
Yeah.
And
you're
it's
like, I should do that.
Oh fuck, you know, like that idea. I'm sure that once that little idea sparked of I'm gonna create a clothing line or whatever you started off with, I'm sure it was like doon, like just throwing at you.
It was a lot at first. Then it became a little bit. Then I was like, okay, let me slow down because I'm scared. Let me
just catch my breath because you know, writing plans down. So if you are gonna think about quitting your job. Like write some stuff down that you want to do. You know, that's what I need to start like writing exactly, planning it out because if you write it down, I'm
manifesting it.
Yeah.
Know? Not only that, but it's gonna be like a reminder. I might forget.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. When it's in my brain, it can definitely leave. So.
And so yeah.
And how's that feeling that you don't need a job? That your business kind of sustains at least you get by.
Yeah, I mean, well, because I know that now, like, I don't have any like crazy bills, so I'm not at a place where I need a whole bunch of money. So I'm really grateful that I'm at this place where I can build. So in knowing that I have the ability to do that right now makes me want to like do that harder in case it ever gets to a place where you can't do that. You know, you be like, okay, I'm at the place where I can build. So while I can do this and while my expenses are really inexpensive, I'm going to build in the hardest way that I can. You know, I'm going to, my whole goal is to get to the point where I don't have to do nothing.
No, thanks.
While my body is functioning and I can do shit, I should do it now.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
That's very true.
Ooh, I'm excited. Oh, and the new moon just occurred, so like, shout out to that because this is a great time to start like manifesting stuff. This is a great time for you. I don't know if it's a great time to make that leap, but start planning it out.
I'm telling you, like, I feel like the universe been talking to me lately.
For the full moon, probably just fucking, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
I need to get my cards ready. You
should download the pattern too. So my friend told me about an app. Have you ever heard of the pattern?
Why does that sound familiar? Okay, my soul likes this. Keep going.
Yes. So it's an app and it's called the pattern and it tells you about your life cycles and your patterns. You put like your birthday in there, the time you were born, where you were born.
Okay.
And from that, it tells you the current life cycles you're in and how long that life cycle is going to take place. you can add people, and when you add people, it analyzes your relationships and your friendships to tell you how compatible you are. And so me and my best friend did it. I added my best friend, and the app doesn't know that's my best friend, but it was like, you two are like family for each other. You guys feel very at home, but sometimes she feels like she can let you down. And so when she saw that, she was like, you know, I always feel like I'm letting you down if I don't come to your events because I live like an hour away from you. She was like, so it's funny that, you know, that app had said that. And I know that that's something I felt about, you know, just our relationship.
Yeah.
And I said, I've never, ever felt like that before. And it's so good to know, like, that's how you feel, because now I can tell you, you're not letting me down, you know?
Yeah.
I helped one of my friends build a website, and I added her on Pattern the very next day. The Pattern message for me and her was like, she's gonna help take your life to new levels. And I was like, I just made her website yesterday. So it's really, really accurate. It's almost insane. And it breaks down your life cycles into like relationship cycles. Like right now, I'm in like a skeptical and unpredictable phase because I'm just looking at life like, okay, what we doing? Okay. And I'm like a little skeptical about the way I'm moving because everything is just happening so like sporadic right now. And I used to be real planny. Like, I need to know what's going on and how it's going to happen. And life is like, yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Oh,
So that it was so accurate with the phase that I was in. It's called The Pattern, and it's free.
Pattern.
And you can add your
okay,
friends
yes.
and all that cool stuff. This is an ad. Look.
I know, you just gave him free promo. Are you a spiritual person?
Yeah, I would consider myself spiritual. Not connected to any actual religion.
I feel that more.
say.
I relate to that more.
Yeah, I mean, I was at one point, like,
Same.
and then I came out, and then I was just like, wow. And it's kind of weird because you feel like you have more control over your life, which scared me at first. When I wasn't looking at a particular like deity or thing to give me that power. When I came out of it and I became a little bit more spiritual and just like you know, I was like, this is good. I like this. And then I learned about the law of attraction and manifesting things and realizing
like
that
you were saying earlier about having the power you feel powerful and using that power when you step outside. Like, that's the God within.
Period, because it's in me. I don't have to like. I've heard somebody say you don't have to like look up to a God to pray. You can close your eyes and see and feel it inside of you. And I was like, oh, so I stopped praying, looking up. I pray. I'd be like, let me close my eyes and feel it inside of me. Let me not look up like that. So little bitty reminders that it's in me and not like above.
Above, yeah. Everyone has God in them.
Yeah.
Well, the people. I don't know. I guess with the morals, not the evil people.
I guess they just deny it. Maybe it's
There's
there.
no way evil.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know
there's no
about,
way no
like-
child sex offenders do not have God in them. There's no way.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
There's no way rapists have God in them. There's no way killers have. There's no way.
Look, R. Kelly make gospel music. No, I'm just oh yeah, I don't know. That's always such a hard thing because I mean, everybody alive has some energy force, or spiritual force that's keeping them alive, so to speak, or something.
That's true.
So
That's
you'd be
true,
like,
I guess.
maybe you turned over your God energy.
But isn't the devil a God as well?
Yeah, he was an angel. He was an angel. So
Like, it's deep. Like the whole shit.
I don't know, man. Seriously, it's like knowing that there is something out there, and you know you can feel the difference, and that's the part that trips me out when you feel the difference, and so it's like, where did that go?
yeah.
You know, where the fuck did that go? And well, shit, everyone has their own crazy fucked up story.
Everybody does. Like
Sorry for cursing so much.
Oh no, it's overly blunt over here.
Oh, B.
Speak how you speak.
Speak what you feel.
No, bro, that's so funny that you say that. I had this girl. She was like, you know, I know you have a really positive company, and she likes to be a message on Instagram, and it's my homegirl. And she was like, I be wanting to say like, keep it vertical, bitch, but I know I can't do that. And I was like, why? I said, you guys give me so much credit. I don't know who y'all think y'all be talking to.
I think you're like this like real church religious person or
Yeah,
what?
just like, I don't know. Like, they just think that they can't, because it's so positive and spiritual, they be like, I don't want to taint your company. No, it's about being who you are. Like,
Right.
keep it vertical, keep it straight up, be real, be 100, whatever that means to you. If you feel like keep it vertical, bitch, then that's what you say. Like, that's what you tell your
We all need
friends.
those friends.
Keep it vertical is like,
friends.
honestly, keep it vertical is like some shit you say like when before you like when you dab somebody up, like, hey, all right, bro, like keep it vertical, and like you get like real shit, like stay blessed, bro, or like when you hang up the phone, like, all right, man, keep it vertical.
Yeah,
You can really just end it like that. I like that.
I like that too.
Have you had any haters?
I wouldn't say, no, I don't feel like it. And I feel like that energy comes from what I'm doing being so positive that if you are hating, you're not going to bring it to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, damn, I don't want to let her know that I feel like that because she's really doing something good. So what is that to hate on? So people probably feel like that, like, by themselves.
Yeah.
I'd hope not, but I'd never want people to be jealous of me. And then you grow up and everybody has somebody be jealous of them. And you be like, for what?
Are your sisters are your siblings are like, oh, that's dope, or they show love too, or they're kind of like,
Oh yeah, my sister's my
whatever.
model. One of my sisters is like my official model, and then I got my brothers and sisters that be like, let me put on a shirt and take some pictures for you. That'd be like, oh, I would need a hat. So at this point, everybody in my family is like really supportive, and I think because they realize like, oh no, she really doing it. Like, I had people tell me like, oh no, I had to make sure it wasn't just like a joke at first. Whatever, okay. You know, but I'd be like, okay, I give you that. I mean, I assume most people
Like,
start shit
I
and
don't
give
care.
up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just don't say that to my face. Act like I'm not here, but whatever. So I was like, okay, I respect it. Give me some time.
yeah, that's funny.
So, I mean, the same way people probably was like, oh, I wouldn't assume that he would be doing your podcast so long, or the same way people probably have hated and thought, like, whatever they thought on the sideline. You know that they probably doing it out there, but you like, I don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a
I'm gonna come
fuck.
every Thursday talk my shit.
Oh, yeah, I be telling people, like, I can't wait till you see my shirt in Target, and you be like, I really hate that hoe. And you be like, I don't care. My whole point is to, like, make the people that didn't like me, kids want to like wear my shirt. Or like imagine somebody that don't like you and they kid be like, damn, I can't wait to go on Our Really Blunt podcast. And they daddy just like,
Are you trying to have like what price range are you trying to keep like your clothes in? Cause you say Target, you're really trying to get into Target like that, or?
Oh, I would get into anywhere like that.
Oh, okay.
Right. I mean, I know at some point my prices are gonna go up, and that's because I just believe that.
The quality doesn't get better too, though.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
And then I'm working. Well, I don't know. It's been a minute, but I was contacted by LAX because I have a shirt with the mayor of Los Angeles. And our shirt gives back to women that were transitioning out of homelessness. And because
That's dope. That's dope.
you know, I was homeless
dope.
before too, so I got to go back and give to causes that I've been through. So, because I have the shirt with the mayor, somebody from LAX had like saw my brand, and so I was working with them, and they wanted to try to put my stuff inside of the airport. So hopefully that'll be done like by the end of the year.
Wow, that's hard.
Thank you. That's why I keep telling people the
dope.
prices is gonna have to go up one day.
Hell yeah, that's hard.
Because the airport is
they're gonna be selling
it
them like on the stands, or what do you mean? Like how?
So the mayor has a store called LA Original inside of LAX. And it's in the international section of LAX. And so because I have...
Wow, yeah, I was going to say.
In the international section, I was like, yes, take me across the world.
That shit was so...
So yeah, that's what...
You said you had an Asian lady reaching out to you. You said you had at the beginning you had an Asian lady reach out to you?
I had an Asian lady reach out to me.
So that you know, you can go, yeah, you're good international.
You know?
You're there already.
They call it? No,
no, that's
Just
dope.
gotta wait a little bit, but you're already there.
That's
exactly.
You're already there.
Manifestation.
Manifestation and patience and consistency.
Yeah, you know, they say the only thing that beats failure is consistency.
Yeah.
You only fail if you stop. Like, if you pause, you didn't fail. But if you stop, then you fail. Because that's the only point where you just decide, I ain't doing nothing no more. So even if you're moving slow, you just keep moving. Just continue to be persistent.
Slow-mo is better than slow motion better than no motion.
Exactly. Slow motion for me. I mean, sometimes you gotta move slow though. Like, everything happens for a reason. So if, like, in your situation, like you said, you had to sit down and think even though it came in the midst of you being injured, you were like, I was able to sit down and think about some stuff. It's like sometimes...
I'm so excited to get back and, like, you know, use my full force.
Yeah, because you'd be like, damn, I couldn't use my body.
And connecting with you, like, oh my gosh.
Girl, I'm telling you, I got some work for you.
Yes. And I love the message you spread. Like,
thank you.
It's beautiful because you're right. It's not all about like being great and being happy, because it's not. It's like the finding the light in the dark.
Yeah.
You know,
the silver lining. You have to, like, I call it silver lining thinking. I call myself a silver lining thinker. Like, in every situation, when I hear it, I look for the silver lining automatically, because there's always one. And if you take that and you exploit that, sometimes that's enough to carry you.
The opportunity thought, like,
Yeah.
Okay, we could do that. We
Yeah.
could do that. Just nonstop, like, you know, as long as you're with creatives. And today I really, really love being with all of you guys. Like, it was
same. No, real talk, same. That energy, you need that battery pack. You just be like, okay, let me refuel myself, get my little notches up.
That is true though.
Honestly.
When you connect with creators, the people just want to do something in the kind of
It's
same
inspiring.
area.
It's
Yeah.
like, I want to do it like right now.
Yeah, like give me a pen right now. I was reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
yeah.
Oh my
I
God,
have to
that
read
book
that.
is so you
I
have to.
have to get back on my reading shit, man.
It's really scary. But
my God, yeah.
in that book, he says that when people come together, it's not like you have a battery, I have a battery, you have a battery. We all come together and like our brains collide into one big brain. So it's like your energy and your knowledge can transfer into this room. So it's not we're all separate entities. It's like you walk in a room and that just joins together. If you imagine everyone with like a bubble in their head and you come to
Yeah.
So that's why being in certain rooms are so important. Even if you do nothing, like I work a lot of conventions because I do like sometimes gigs or like Eventbrite. So if it's like I work the LA Auto Show, so I do like little events like that for like the week. And it's good to just be in certain spaces because I know like, oh, my brain is connecting with your brain.
I love like real estate conventions and self-help conventions. I'm like, oh, fuck me up. Yes.
Teach me.
Yes.
I want to get into real estate one day. I feel like it's just such a
You do great.
hard thing to get. Well, not hard, but you got to know like the right people, the person not trying to con you and like.
Real estate, you said?
Yeah.
I want to have real estate on the podcast. I have like 2 people I could reach out that I think they would do it. They'll do the podcast. But I want to even just shed that knowledge to just people that wouldn't come across that knowledge on the daily. You get me?
Yeah.
I know a lot of my friends. I don't give a fuck about that shit. You get me?
Yeah,
And it's kind of sad, but we're getting to the age like we're hitting our 30s in a way, and you know we gotta start thinking about like real shit. Like fuck some shoes, fuck some clothes. I mean, I like buying all that shit, but we gotta start thinking about actual assets.
Yeah, and not liabilities and shit.
Yep.
Not
Real shit.
necessarily like what we're here for, because then you like limit yourself to what you can actually do. Because if you're just like just this, you're just an island and like you have a vast ocean to sail type of shit, you know?
Yeah.
And so just as long as what you do on this earth, like what you leave as your mark, I think that's
Man, so
awesome.
our opinion is a hustle because that's what we just witnessed right now.
Man.
That's what we just witnessed.
Real
like
talk.
that, what you leave, like he's still living.
Real talk. Like every day, every single day. It's crazy.
In LA, you see a lot of like TMC everywhere though, huh, and everything.
Oh yeah, all day.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, shit.
on the freeways, and it's crazy. Like when you see a TMC or a Nipsey Hussle and you not in LA. Like I'm pretty sure you probably. I don't know if you've seen any.
I don't think we have
I
any out
haven't
here.
been recently to LA, so I haven't seen
Oh, it's crazy because you'll see some like on the outskirts of LA, just like on the freeways. But that man was loved everywhere. You watch his like memorials, and they have different memorials for him in other states. Like, and
Man, it was a worldwide mourning.
God. But it makes you think about the legacy you leave behind.
Yep.
You know, like what kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to inspire people to this magnitude? Do you want to leave a legacy? Do you want to shed knowledge while you here because you learned that you literally do not know when
All
you
the
leave?
above.
You know?
All the above.
He was so young too. It's great. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
So I think that was something for everybody. I think the whole world was supposed to feel that one. So and we did. We do.
Honestly, my main thing is I want to inspire people to just be good people.
Yeah, that's it.
Good people, like good-hearted people. I just have empathy and sympathy for people and everything. Like care about the well-beings of others. Because a lot of people they just focus on themselves, you know.
Yeah, and they think that that's like it. But when you go outside, like you have to deal with people.
Yeah.
So why not care about them or try to leave them better than you found them? Or someone said, be the person you always needed. So if you treat everybody like they need a friend, then you'll find friends in your regular day-to-day. Just going out being nice to people, treating people the way you want to be treated when you stepped out. When I go in a store and they don't say hi, I leave. Because I'm like, I don't like rude places. Yeah, you know?
That's wild. You do that, really? You walk out right away like that?
Yeah.
I feel that. Like,
I never thought
really
about that.
I love great customer service because when it's like honest, I mean, I give honest, genuine customer service when I was in that field, you know? And
Right.
it's like, it matters.
It does. It's
really
rude.
does.
You see me. You can say hi. I mean, most times the little door go ding ding. So you know somebody walked in there, you know. So it's like little stuff like that. So treat people how you want to be treated. If you want somebody to speak when you walk in their presence, you speak when somebody walks in yours. So it'd be little principles like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I walk out. Y'all not getting my money.
No. My thing is like I want people to connect. I want people to like open themselves up to just like anybody, you know? Like
Yeah.
why so many secrets, why so much that just builds hatred, jealousy, anger, despair, like it just builds so much
Yeah.
that you don't even realize or recognize.
Yeah, that's true.
And it can even be like little things. Like for myself, I'm working a lot on communicating better.
Yeah.
And like that's something that's like out of this world when you actually think about it. When you
The
actually
depths of communication, yeah.
yeah, definitely. And the depths of like the thoughts that you have the power to create about your situation or that person. It's like no. Like, you know, you don't need to think that. And then realizing like, oh, okay, fuck, I can pull myself back. I mean, just connecting like that with people. Imagine being that into like
everybody you meet.
Yeah. I think
into vulnerability.
That's true.
Like we talked about earlier, basically.
People don't want to be vulnerable though, like, cause it's a strength. I mean, literally putting my entire life out there on the line to everybody. It was hard at first because just for me, like, I always felt like my life was so dramatic. It was so ghetto. It was just so ratchet. It was just too much shit going on. And there's no way you can tell people like this is my life without them looking at you like, damn, like, ooh, you know. So it like being vulnerable, it makes you really, really strong though. Like, it is like a certain pride you take in. Like, I'm not afraid of being myself with you, regardless as to what that means. I gotta tell you. So connecting with everybody you meet is definitely like a certain level of vulnerability, but it's also a certain level of attention and love and connection that, like you said, you can just have with anybody. And you never know who you're gonna meet.
exactly.
Yeah.
You never know. Like, imagine me not speaking to you. Not giving you that love and connection that, hey, bro, what's up? You talking to smoke? Keep your head up.
Yeah,
you know?
real
And
shit.
now, 2 years later, it's budded into this. And then 2 more years, it'll be something else. 2 more months, it'll be something else.
Yeah.
And so you got to give everybody that because, shit, you never know. They say you never know when you're seeing angels.
Never know.
You never know, yeah. You
Like
never
on Beauty and
know.
the Beast.
You never know where
I've
OB
never
Podcast
seen that
gonna
movie.
be.
Nah, real talk. We about to spread it worldwide.
I just want to be a platform for the IE. That's my main thing. I mean, obviously for everybody, but my focus is the IE because we have a lot of talent here, a lot of local talent. There's not radio stations ain't putting artists on like that. 991's not doing nothing. You know, we don't got a LA leakers like how you guys can get a chance out there in LA. So I'm trying to bring that to the city or to
That's
the
lit.
side.
We still spreading it worldwide like everybody else anybody in the world gonna know about it. You ain't gotta move nowhere. They just gonna know
That's
about
on
it
top,
in Spain.
but the same way people go to LA to go out like on a no jumper, they go to LA to do her.
yeah.
Imagine people start coming to Riverside to do the OB show, or coming to the IU to do the OB show. Like that's love. That's what I want to get. Like how you for example, you came to the IU to do the OB podcast.
True.
Like I feel like I always say that I'm forever indebted to all my guests because like y'all don't have to do this shit. Like especially at this level where it's like you're not really gonna get a huge amount of followings. You're not gonna get a huge whatever, but. That's love to me, and I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say. I'd be speechless about that shit.
I mean,
like
we respect what you're doing. Like, it doesn't even matter what level you at. I respect
I know.
the fact
I
that you're
think it's just me in
doing
my head, though. I think it's just me in my head where it's just like I want to benefit people more. That's why I said no the last season because I didn't have video. I didn't have like it was literally just like all right, here y'all put.
That's
No, like
cute.
like all you do is
Exactly.
okay. Here y'all post this link up. Like what the fuck is that? Just a link? Like that's not enough.
It's my voice. Listen to me on the booming system.
Like no, like
Oh, wait,
people like visual. People need to see all this shit. People need to see all this shit.
Oh yeah, they got to see me doing this.
Real shit. That's why. So I'm like, nah, I gotta. Let me end this podcast. And I also was just started tripping. I started feeling myself. I started feeling like I was on and shit. You know, like I'm doing something now. Like watch out. You feel me?
work.
Right?
Work.
Nah, that's good. That's good though. It's really good to always feel good about yourself. You just not like you said. You got to know when you like. All right, let me put my head down. Real quick.
No,
Let me
yeah,
put my head
I had to,
down.
like-
Say that.
and it's surrounding yourself with the right people too. Having real friends around you that call you out on your shit, that bring up certain things. All homies, they'll just be like, oh, that's just Chris. You know, that's cool. That's how he is. And it's like, nah, it's not cool what I just did, bro.
Yeah.
It's not cool that I said that to you the way I said it.
Yeah, real
like you should have
shit.
called me out on that shit.
Yeah, check me, bro.
No real shit because I feel like I'm a good person, but sometimes I do feel like I said I go back. I grew up a certain way, so I get my entitlement kicks in. It's like, bro, that's my house. Like y'all can't smoke here. Like what the fuck? If I'm not smoking, don't be smoking here.
Yeah.
You feel me? But certain shit like that. But it's like, you know what? Like, why am I like that? Like
Drinks on you real
it's just being.
Yeah, his ass.
Yeah, but then I hit the weed and it's like, y'all cool. Y'all can smoke. It's good.
But yeah, no, I feel you. You definitely don't want to. I heard somebody say if somebody's trying to manipulate you, they're either building you up or putting you down. So if somebody is always telling you that everything you're doing is great and amazing and wow, we love it, they're potentially trying to manipulate you because if I keep telling you all your ideas is great, I can eventually insinuate my own and have you do it because I just love everything you do. If I'm talking down on you, telling you ain't gonna be shit, I'm still manipulating you because in the midst of you feeling like you ain't got nothing going on, I can tell you to do something that might make you somebody. So they say if somebody is trying to manipulate you, they either build you up or they bring you down. And you got to watch people around you that are afraid to check you and are just like, yes, that's amazing, that's great. No, because I fuck up. Like, and I need you to tell me
like
that I
we're all
fuck up.
human. We fuck up.
Yeah. But some people don't want to tell you that because they don't want to lose your friendship or something. But my friends know, like you said, they know. Check me. Tell me, please.
Yeah, every time my friends like, let me know. Like I have, my roommate here, my homie. He's like a person that came and started living with me, and it's different because when they're living with you because they see your everyday, the way you are every day, and how you act when you're not around other people and other homies. So it was a different, kind of like, bro. Like, I be saying little certain shit. It's like, bro, why you gotta say it like that? Like, just tell me, like, to clean this and I'm,
Yeah.
Because with my first roommate, I was bad. Shout out to Day One. I'm sorry, bro. We're super cool now. Like, we actually grew from it. But with him, it was embarrassing, like, when I look back. Like, little shit. Like, I would literally take pictures, like, bro, what the fuck is this? And it's like, bro, really, like, nah. It was worse. Like, he doesn't get it as bad.
Right, as bad. But a little bad, no. I'm glad you know yourself, though. I'm literally glad you know yourself.
No, you have to be aware. You have to be aware yourself. You have to. Sometimes I hiccup and I slip up and I do it sometimes still. But it's like, damn, my bad. You're right. I shouldn't have done that. My bad.
Yeah.
Check my. All right, cool.
I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm a brat. My bad.
Nah, yeah. It just goes back to how you were raised, I guess, Like I said, I've always been given everything. I've always been the type that I would throw a tantrum and then get what I wanted,
Oh, damn, that's tight. That's like my auntie cussing out T-Mobile and then they dismissing the phone bill. I'm like, how the fuck did you? Damn. Okay. Everybody be like, hey, have the milk call. Nah, real shit, I had an auntie like, hey, have her call. She'll cuss them out. No. Like, damn, okay. Damn. I ain't through them tantrums.
Oh my god.
I give him a silent treatment and it's like, all right, you can get your car back. I bet. You feel me? Like, I don't know. That's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing, but.
No, it's not. Somebody somewhere is like, damn, I'm the same way. I haven't changed. So, no, you good. Keep sharing your story.
I'm going to keep sharing it, because like I said, I it's just my experience, so I do have to, I shed light on it. But again, I'm blessed, I'm not mad about it, I have amazing parents. I've seen them, that I've actually was blessed to be in a situation where my parents were a team, my mom and dad really supported each other, and my dad went to school, my mom was, I didn't see my dad certain times because he would work and go to school, and so, that's admirable to me. That's what you would want to see, and the way they even leveled up, he left. Now he lives somewhere else. They live in a nicer area. He makes more money. So it's like that's amazing to me.
Right?
That's dope. Like I want that, and I think that's why I feel like it's gonna be hard for me to find someone because I'm like I want what they have. Yeah. Like, I can actually say I want. They had a great example. Like I want what they have and exactly how they have it too. Like my parents have never fought in my life. I've never seen my parents fight. I promise you guys. Right? Like it's a great example, like my mom's very involved with us. She's always had a great relationship. We cared about talking to us. My dad's he's never really been the talker like that with us, but he's always been there for us. He's always cared about us. He's always like, when we needed some money for food or whatever, here you go. I didn't have to get my license at 16. They paid $300 for my driver's ed class, and then I'm young, 16, insurance is going to be a bitch because I'm younger. They're paying it off. They're paying for my gas and everything. So it's like, wow, like, you get me? Yeah.
That, not the auntie and uncle that I grew up with, but I got an auntie and uncle on my dad's side that are that example for me. So, like, in the midst of me, like, being in foster care and living and moving to Palmdale, I would go to their house often, and they were, like, my example of couples that never fought. And I remember asking my auntie, I'm like, do y'all fight? Like, and she was like, we do, but we don't. So, like, this is what he do. If he didn't like something that I did, like, I'm at the store and he didn't like this, he'll text me about it and be like, hey, babe, what was this? And they just talk about it. And I was like, I don't fight. But it's cool to be around couples and, like, literally have that, this is what I want my love to be like. Because I can say that I've watched two people and be like, yeah, that's it. I love that.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful.
Big ups to my auntie and my uncle and your parents.
No, yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah, the only, I know a couple high school sweethearts that are like, they hold hands in the store and like they kiss each other on the cheek and they're each other's wallpaper. And
oh my God. It's almost cute and like, ugh, no.
Like that is.
Don't lie, you want that. I want that.
I love my boyfriend. He's just not my wallpaper. Like me and a portion of my wallpaper. For 2 years.
For 2 years?
Mm-hmm. So like.
He was there when you started the brand and everything.
Yeah, so he was there as it was coming up. So like I had just had hats when I met him. Which is why it's cool that he draws and shit, because he like helped design some of my stuff. And he's real big into fashion, and I'm like, real modest. So I was like, I don't want to charge people a bunch of money. So when we first met, he took me to Melrose, and I had never gone down to Melrose. And he literally was just showing me price tags. Look how much that costs. Look how much that costs. Look how much that costs. And I'm
That's
like, what's the
good,
point?
though, like-
And he's like, don't sell yourself short. So he had like little shit like that for me.
That's
so,
dope.
That's so dope, because like someone would be like, well, yeah, I feel you sell it for like 10 or 15, you know, but he took you to Melrose, like that's and then that's what I get from your brand. Like, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
I would frame that too. Like,
one of my homies bought this and framed it in his house. There's one person with my picture framed in his house, and I was like, oh, that's tight.
that's beautiful.
Thank you.
That totally deserves everything that you say. And more. I'm so excited to see what else you're gonna go.
And where does that see? Obviously, I know it's a phrase, but like, how'd you get inspired to do that? You go roll with that.
So one thing I love about Keep It Vertical is all the secret like information that like when people ask me questions, I find out is literally a collective of all the people around me. So my cousin draws, and I was like, draw what Keep It Vertical mean to you. And the funny story is when she initially drew these pictures, because she knows me and I love books and I'm smart, these were brains.
And I'm smart.
Oh, that's
They were brains. So it was 3 people with butterflies over their mouth and these huge ass brains. And when I sent it to the digitalizer or digital artist, I was like, my graphic designer, that's the word. I was like, hey, can you make this for me in a digital file? And she translated it as hair. So I love it because it's literally everybody's interpretation that worked with like what I needed.
That's so dope.
So yeah, my cousin drew it for me. I was like, draw what Keep It Vertical means to you. And she gave me that picture of the brains, and then I gave that to one girl, and she made me my Good Vibes Only squad, which is the classic girls with the afros. And I sent that same picture to another person, and he made this. So both of my shirts and both of my images, my Good Vibes Only squad and then my vintage Good Vibes Only squad, is from the same exact picture, and it's 2 different people's interpretations.
What?
Of the same picture. And none of them saw it as hair. None of them saw him as brains. They gave me hair, so. Yeah, I like the ponytails though, you know?
That's cool.
And then I got homegirls that like, one of them took a picture with like 2 ponytails and was like, oh, I'm dressing like your girl today, and like had their shirt on. So
That's
like,
dope.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, then I got a homegirl with an afro and she did her hair like one of them. So it's like, to see like it means something differently to everybody is like crazy. Yeah, my cousin went to an art party and you had to draw a picture to get in this party. And she painted a picture of my girls but put flowers where the butterflies go. And it was just silhouettes, so just like shadows with hair and flowers. And I was like, that's so dope. I just love seeing people tell me what it means to them. So.
And you're just pushing this image? You have more designs too?
Yeah, so I have 3. I have the vintage Good Vibes Only squad, which is this one. I have the Good Vibes Only squad, which is the very first one I started with. And then I have the Lifted All Over design. And then the Lifted All Over design is just Keep It Vertical in scrambled letters.
I want the socks. The socks are fresh.
The socks are comfortable. They're insulated. They got
a word?
insole at the bottom.
So then you don't get sweaty feet?
And they're comfortable. And it's fade resistant.
Shit.
I mean, and I'm saying these things because like I've washed mine and I've worn mine. Like I tell people my stuff, I try it before I sell it. You know, I don't just tell people like, oh, this is cool, you should buy it, because I'd be like, no, let me make sure it like works, and then I like it.
Yeah.
So.
That's so
That's dope. Yeah, I want them socks.
Thanks.
I like the socks.
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
to
white
check
and black,
out
huh?
all your work.
Whole collection.
Yeah, we gotta hit LA, Jasmine, hit the story.
Yes. Let me just get my foot right.
Yeah.
Let me just.
You gotta heal more.
Nah, but it's cool. We'll see you. We're gonna do a whole bunch of work together. So.
Yeah, I really look forward to that.
And it's a studio right across the way, so we could do all type of cool shit together.
Oh, word.
Oh my gosh.
A studio,
I'm like,
man.
All right, body.
You have a studio
We're
across the
doing some
street.
manifesting tonight. Some self-healing. I swear, when I was feeling my wounds, I felt them closing up. And like I felt my toe getting better, and like it was insane.
You sound like Uma Thurman from Kill Bill when she was like, wiggle your big toe. Like that's literally what that just reminded me of, and it's so cool because it's just like watching your body do cool shit, and you just like telling your body like heal.
Like, just thinking about it, I was just like, come on. Like,
And that's tight.
So before we end this podcast, I got questions for you.
Okay.
I have some questions for you.
Me or us?
You specifically. Jasmine, you can add on to it, but they're just dumb questions. You can answer them how you want. You can say no comment.
Okay.
They're not crazy. They're not gonna be crazy, but it's just there might, I don't know.
Mama cut,
Alright.
like, cut the video
Nah.
off, mama.
Nah. It's not like that. All right, first question. Earth is flat or round?
Earth, oh my God, it's round, ain't it? It's round. But you know, I know the debate. I know the debate, and I literally have no real scientific researched answer about it. I just know that Earth has a gravitational pull that keeps me walking on this motherfucker.
You're like, all I know is I'm in this bitch.
Yeah, I know I'm walking on it.
You believe in gravity?
Yes. You don't believe in gravity? Oh, shit.
You want to get in? You want?
Is this a cult word?
I'm just asking the
Do we
question.
believe in climate change?
I'm just asking the
lights off.
questions. Don't ask the questions back now. I'm just asking the questions.
Okay. Gravity, yes.
Unless you're trying to get into the rabbit hole. But you believe space is fake or real?
Do I believe it's fake or real? Ooh, I never thought about that. I think it's real, but I think some of the shit that they say happens in space is fake as fuck. I don't believe that they like put a Tesla in space. I saw the picture. I saw it look fake.
Oh, what?
A Tesla in space?
Oh, a car?
Yeah, I heard about that. And I saw a picture of it. It looked fake
That's
as
so
fuck.
stupid.
Do you think 9/11 is real or fake?
Real. Didn't people really die?
But do you think it was a false flag? Do you think it was
like a government thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I wouldn't put that shit past half of these niggas in office. Like, I don't put shit past them. You know, I didn't even like to watch the news because I'm like, this is all propaganda. You guys are just trying to make me afraid when I walk outside. So yeah, fuck the news. And
Are you pro-vaccine?
I haven't been to the doctor in a while because I feel like it's like going to get your car checked out. You go because you need a new tire and they tell you your whole shit is fucked up. So I don't go when my stomach hurts because you're going to tell me I need a new kidney. So I can't say I believe in vaccines because I ain't going out getting none either. So.
Yup, y'all heard that. That measles shit fake. Stop falling for it. Stop getting scared to get vaccinated because the measles shit fake. Damn. Oh, you believe in aliens?
I believe in people and people are monsters sometimes, so maybe so.
It has to be aliens. We're not the only species. Fuck no.
Yeah, it's a whole big world out there. It's hard to yeah, I don't know. I don't put shit past anything at this point. I just feel like anything could be possible. Like mermaids could be real. Atlantis could have been a whole ass place. Like
Mermaids are real.
Dinosaurs are fake?
dinosaurs are.
You know, for some reason when I was growing up, I thought dinosaurs were fake.
Yeah,
I was like, no.
Why'd you think that though? You didn't believe Jurassic Park?
Oh, no, I really didn't.
I
didn't catch my attention.
I fell for it.
Jurassic Park scared me when I went to Universal Studios, and I never went back. That fucking tram ride.
The water ride?
Yeah, like that shit. That fall. And then the tram at Universal scared me, and then when they take you through like that earthquake, and then like I don't know. Universal was scary for me though. Dinosaurs. I don't know. I don't know half this shit. You know, it's so scary because you like when you a kid, you believe in all this shit, and then you grow up and you be like, everything I was taught could be the fake. You know. So when people ask you, do you really know if it's real? You be like, I literally do not know.
No, do you?
But dinosaurs, I've never heard anything about them being fake. But I don't know.
Hey.
I'm about to go check some of them fossils out. Like knock on them, like.
Hey man, more every day, man. You just come across more shit that's like, wow,
Very
everything
true.
is fake.
Like adding new planets and shit. Like, how the fuck did you just find a planet? That's not like money in your pocket. Like, that's a whole ass space thing that's you just telling me just popped up. Okay, whatever.
No, how did they got rid of Pluto? That is like, okay, why?
Yeah.
That's fucked up. It was fine. Why do you have to be so mean? Like,
Yeah.
Really? Doesn't that cost you more? There aren't. What?
Yeah, that's like when they said that there was a whole new zodiac sign.
What?
I heard that.
Yeah, at one point there was like a whole new zodiac sign, and I was like,
Yeah?
bitch, please. Like, yeah, no.
What's it called?
I don't know. It's the 13th zodiac though. It's from like November 27th to like December 15th. It's very short.
So do they get to be both whatever they were before the new one and the new one, or do they like
No, we're just
ixnay?
considered Sagittarius.
So you are a part of this new family. I'm pretty sure. Okay. But you're still a Sag?
I'm considered Sag in the Gregorian calendar. I'm
Are-
actually an Aries in like where I was born.
Okay. And are there like personality types associated with this new being?
Yeah.
An energy force?
I think all zodiacs definitely.
Wow.
regardless of who, what, when.
That's wow. They're like, wow, we have a whole new personality of beings that were born in November.
I think it's balance.
Yeah.
It's balance.
I'm gonna look into it. I'm still my birthday's in March though, so I'm still swimming around. Still a Pisces.
Those are all just questions that I wonder. I'm gonna start asking my guests. I ain't gonna lie, this is off the top of the head. But
Who sent you?
I like asking those because I mean, I'm into all the conspiracy shit and all that, but I don't really try to shove it down people's throat. But it's like it's fun just to get the reaction, like the way you just like.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
Did you like being into conspiracy theories and stuff? Did you watch those music video breakdowns where you figure out how the Illuminati is like incorporated in these music videos?
I've come to
Matter of factly.
It's sad, but I've come to realize that a lot of my favorite artists are Illuminati.
And so you believe the music videos?
I believe it.
Okay.
I believe it. I really do believe it. It's in the lyrics, and it's sad to say, but you always see more success after someone close to them dies, so that's kind of iffy and fishy. So, you know, it's just I don't know. Like I feel like I love Jay-Z. You know, Jay-Z's arguably one of the best. The way he raps, he has to be possessed. Has to be. It has to be possessed. There's no way.
By the God in him that's great and shining.
How do you remember all these lyrics and not write it down?
Didn't Lil Wayne say that too, though? He's...
But Lil Wayne don't remember... I doubt Lil Wayne remember his old song lyrics. There's no way. He'll remember all his shit. I'm like, how the fuck you do this?
Beyonce practiced for 2 years for a Coachella performance, so maybe he be in the mirror.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for 2 years.
Maybe he be in the mirror.
Or 8 months. I think it was 8 months.
I hope happens in the mirror.
Yeah.
Not like that. I'm going to record that now. That's crazy. No, but yeah, I do think a lot of... The industry's evil. The music industry. Every industry, but... Yeah, I think a lot of these new artists are coming up too. They put out, they suck dick. They be
I do think that there's a certain level that you can't get to without doing something.
Yep.
Without giving
That's
us
a fact.
something.
That's a super fact.
There's this certain.
Ooh, like what?
I don't know, but I remember
an occult ritual.
Kevin Hart saying something to the degree of like when you get to a certain level. He said people will like open the door for you and let you peek in.
Kevin Hart definitely had his legs
that was
open.
His way of saying like
Kevin Hart definitely had his legs open.
Hey, that
I really
you know how
resonate to what you just said. So we're gonna get to that when we cut this because I have to use the restroom.
No, but actually, we just end this. We good. We good. Before you use the restroom and leave this. But any last words? Any last words, Joe?
I'm grateful. Thank you so much for having me. This is dope. I would come back if you didn't have. I would have came if you didn't have video, and I'm glad that I'm here regardless. And I literally just look forward to seeing what this grows into. I look forward to coming back and being like, damn, okay. And keep your spirit lifted. Keep your head up, no matter what it is. None of us is going through. None of the watchers, viewers, listeners is going through.
Yeah.
There's always a silver lining, and everything works out like in the weirdest way, like everything. There's still some stuff that I'm waiting to show me what the fuck it happened for, but I just know, and in knowing that, it helps you keep going. So let's get it.
I just want to say thank you because again for doing the podcast and because you're just an inspiration.
Thank you.
And motivation and it's an example.
Thank you. I
Someone that
appreciate
I also like look up to and like you give me more people I come across and more people I'm meeting. They're giving me that kind of like courage to maybe take that leap eventually or figure it out or try to be smart about it and I don't know, just do my own shit. Yeah. Follow your dreams, really.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you because, like I said, I keep it vertical. I have that shit on my board, and I say it often. I say it often, and so. It's
been there.
It really has been there.
Oh, that's hard.
It's been there since I wrote the shit. Not because you were here today. It's really been there. Keep it vertical.
More touching.
But thank you, Joe. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Anytime.
Yeah, man. Overly Blunt Podcast. Chris X, Matt. Keep it vertical. We OB over here. All that good shit. Shout out to the whole world. Shout out to everybody being positive and being good beings. And just keep your spirit vertical. Stay blessed.
Period.
Overly Blunt. We out.